Good morning, my wonderful friends. Megas with you on a beautiful day in Asha. And oh, guys, I have something for you today. Today is part 3, and it's spells. You have to be able to do your spells, your prayers, to create magic. And that's what this whole series is about. Make sure you go back to the very first one and watch the second one. You have to do all of these steps, my friends, but your life will never be the same. And this goes out to my old time followers and the new people. So I'm trying to teach both. And a lot of my old time followers, you know these stories, but stay with me. So I'm going to show you things you have never seen before. But I have to catch people up. Spells. I want to give you examples. When Jesus spoke, Lazarus, come forth, he used words, but it's the energy behind the words. Anybody could have said that, and nothing would have happened if they didn't have the word behind the words. And that's what I want to teach you. I want to teach you the word behind the words, my friends. And do you know what Jesus said? That greater works will you do. And you might think that sounds impossible, but my friends, I've done the greater works. I wouldn't be here teaching you. And I want to share a few stories. I'm not going to go through the whole stories because, like I said, many of you have heard it. But when I first started understanding how this word behind the words worked, I'll give you some examples of the greater than. I was in the car with my dad, and Spirit spoke to me that one of my friends was in trouble. Well, actually, first Spirit just said, pray. And I asked, is it Mom? And Spirit said, no, and he gave me the name of the person to pray for. And then he gave me the words and the word, and I started speaking in tongues, and then I started speaking in my human language, and I was listening to Spirit, and I was getting that word behind my words. And this was all going on in my mind. I wasn't speaking out loud. My dad didn't even know what was going on in the car. And then I looked at the clock. Spirit gave me a piece that everything was okay. I looked at the clock to see why God would speak to me so clearly about my friend. And so when I got home later that day, we didn't have cell phones at this time. I got back and asked my friend, why would God have me pray for you at this time? Gave him the time. And tears started rolling down her face. At that exact time, she had called out on God to save her because a carload of men pulled up and tried to abduct her. They're trying to throw her in the car, and she called out on the name of the Lord. My friends, my favorite story was with my son. He was living at his mom's house, and I knew something was wrong. And that morning, in Spirit, between awake and asleep, Spirit took me to the bottom of my ex-wife's driveway. He had me stand there and he said, put up a shield of faith. And then he gave me the words to speak. And my friends, I prayed a barrier between the driveway and the road until Spirit gave me the peace. And then later that day, my ex-wife called and said, you'll never believe what happened. Our son was coming down the driveway on a scooter, and he was about to shoot out into traffic, and a car was speeding down the street. She could see they were going to hit, and he bounced off of an invisible barrier. My friends, I've seen it. I told you the story of my friend in Florida, my surfing buddy. From the time he was a small child, he suffered with OCD, where finally it got so bad, he lost everything. He lost his career, his family, and he had to move in with a sister, and he was just tormented in his mind every day. He'd have to leave the beach around 4 or 5 every day to go home and drink himself to blackout because of the voices in his head. He went through all the different medications and psychologists, and nothing was working. And I told him, my friend Asha can set you free. And he said, you know, don't get your hopes up. I've had this since I was a kid. By time I left, he gave me a big hug with tears flowing down his face because the word had set him free from a disease the doctor said he would never get well from. I could tell you story after story after story. You know, another one of my favorites was when I was lying in bed, and a man at the foot of my bed bumped it, woke me up. There was not supposed to be a man at the foot of my bed, but I knew everything was okay. And he spoke to me without moving his mouth and told me that I needed to go outside and witness to somebody. I went outside, and my neighbors, this is like, I don't even know, I didn't look at the clock, but 2, 3 in the morning, a ridiculous time. I went out, apparently I told him all about God, helped him with his problems. I thought it was a dream. The next day, my neighbor came up, gave me a hug, thanking me for introducing him to the all good spirit and ministering to him. I thought it was a dream, my friends. And so we can do these greater works. Here I'm telling you stories about going outside time space. I went into the future to put up that barrier for my son, my friends. Nothing is impossible. And I'm going to show you how to get doing the impossible, speaking things that are not as though they are. And my friends, I gave birth to this message today. I'm telling you, I've got so many notes around me. I mean, I can't even count the pages written on front and back, and it was almost too much to deliver this message. And my friends, I'm literally still shaking because I felt like I wanted to cry. I felt like I wanted to vomit. And my friends, this message, I mean, Spirit put it together so beautiful. And I'm telling you, we gave birth to something beautiful here today. So where I want to start is tapping into the God mind, tapping into the truth, into the Word. And when I was a small child, my mom laughs about this story all the time. I was in kindergarten, and I was so excited because I was going to learn how the world works, you know. And so they're teaching us about colors and letters. And I called the teacher over and I said, I was so frustrated. And she could see it. I go, I want to understand what's behind the colors. She wasn't giving me what I came to learn, or what's behind the numbers. Take it all the way back to the foundation. My friends, I was wanting to know the energy behind it, the idea behind it. How did it become color? How did it become numbers? I want to know the history of it. I want to know the foundation of it. I want to know the energy that is vibrating in that form, in that color, in that frequency. And my friends, I tell you what, she just stared at me. And she goes, hold on a minute. She went next door and got the teacher next door and goes, come over and listen to this. My friends, and this is what I discovered my whole life. I'm searching for something people couldn't give me. Where did that come from? From a kindergarten. That I know something's missing from what they're showing me. When I went to the churches, my friends, I was always getting in trouble. You know this. I went to Bible college and stuff, and they didn't like me because I was always standing up and saying, no, this doesn't sound right. Something's missing. And a matter of fact, what's missing is the very foundation, the energy behind the words you're saying. God is missing from your church. The Spirit is missing from your schools, my friends, and I could feel it. It's that energy. Everything is just energy vibrating in a form. I need to know that energy. And my God, look at this. How did I know that as a child? How did I know that something's missing? It's because of the God mind inside of me, the divine spark inside of me. The truth that's in me that's saying that's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie, that's empty, that's missing something. How do you know that? Because of the divine spark in you, inside of you, my friends, is an energy, a you, an I that's created in our Creator's form and image. It's the divine spark, the Fravashi, the God mind. How do we tap into that? We've talked about this. Think about Einstein, Tesla, the great inventors. They didn't get their ideas from a teacher. They didn't get their ideas from a book. They didn't get their ideas from a church. They had to go into a mind, didn't they? You know, they shared their stories. They would hold keys in their hands and they'd fall asleep to get to that place between awake and asleep that we now know as meditation. And then when the keys dropped out of their hand, they'd wake up and write down everything they got from that mind. We need to make sure that we're tapping into the God mind because we want to speak God spells, good spells. We want to speak life and not death. My friends, out of the heart the mouth speaks. We need the God mind. And my friends, we can tap into it. And look at this, as above, so below. We now know, my friends, that the universe is only about 10% matter. The rest is energy. My friends, think of our minds, We tap into about 10% of our potential my friends, but it's that 90% we need to be working from. And this is what blew my mind, my friends. Spirit kept saying Melchizedek, 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 over and over and over. And I'm trying to think, and I'm trying to write out my message. Melchizedek, Melchizedek, Melchizedek. I need to look up Melchizedek. This is going to blow you away, guys. Where is it? Okay, so the first thing that came to my mind was it my son's teacher, Mr. Melchizedek. My friends, this is going to blow you away. So I'm thinking, where did I put that note from Mr. Melchizedek? I put it in my dictionary. I don't know why. I got pictures of my family here. I got pictures of a Fravashi here. And then here's the note from Mr. Melchizedek. I just saw that Fravashi. That goes perfect with this because it represents the God mind. Oh, nothing happens by accident. And being in the dictionary, I kept it. It says, your son shows the light of Jesus from the inside out. This is what we're talking about, my friends. We're going to speak our spells, the light, the truth from the inside out. The picture of the Fravashi in the dictionary, signed by Mr. Melchizedek. Mr. Melchizedek was much more than a teacher. He was a prophet. Do you know what? He came up to me at school and said, you know I'm your son's teacher, but I'm also a prophet. And God just showed me you're going to lose your wife if you don't do something. You need to get into counseling. You got to do something. You're going to lose your wife, my friends. Is that amazing? Mr. Melchizedek, a prophet. Melchizedek in the Bible is the one without mother, without father, without beginning, without end. My friends, a prophet. My God, my God. He's the first one to talk about tithing. Oh, 10%. We're using 10% of our brain. 10% of the universe is matter. 90%. We tithe the 10% to get it all, my friends. You must die to self. Die to that beast nature. Die, let go the teachings that you've been planted in your brain from schools and religion. Can you let that go? Can you tithe that? Can you give that up to get the all, my friends? Melchizedek. And then I broke down his name because it's in the dictionary here, and I want to know, what does Melchizedek mean? Because my friends, I watch every documentary on words and dictionaries. I'm fascinated by it. This blew my mind. Mel is dark. Comes from the root word dark. We're talking about dark matter here, my friends. Melches is spelled C-H-I. Chi. That's energy. My friends, chi is life force energy. Z, it's the atomic number for impedance. Let me read to you what impedance is. This is going to blow you away. Impedance is caused by the creation of an electromagnetic field. My friends, this is the field that we work in. Oh my God, this is the dark waves that we talk about in Asha 1, where we create. And then get this is going to blow you away. Deck, to appear. To appear. We're working in that dark energy to make things appear. We're calling things that are not as though they are from that, and we're tapping into that 90%, that my friends, the God mind. Oh, and we're using that life force. We're working in that 90%. Oh my God, Melchizedek. Are you guys getting something today? My God, my God. Grab your Asha and go to Asha 15. It's the one that says tell the truth. You're going to have to go through and number these yourself. Does anyone else's Asha look like mine? Unreadable? That's how it should look, my friends. You need to be putting everything Spirit teaches you and write it all over your pages. I can hardly even read this anymore. 15 says tell the truth. We're going to speak the truth. That's our spells. But it comes first from the God mind. We're vibrating the truth. We're holding the truth. Jesus said, verily, verily, I say unto you, he who holds my word has God life. Word. This is all about our words. The words spoken from word, the God mind. And we're going to speak truth, which is Asha, the perfect creator's perfect idea. You remember how we're doing this? Repeat after me. Giving true witness, a man will be saved. Then you say it out loud, my friends. Only think and speak truth to yourself and it will form. Think God's highest idea of truth and live. This is God life, my friends. When we hold the highest truth and we speak the highest truth, we're living that God life. Keep the power of truth in mind and make it your model. Then trust God and let it be, because it is. In truth it is. Truth is. It's what was and what is and what shall be. Everything else lie in illusion, my friends. Hold that truth, that God mind. Speak from that God mind. Are you guys getting this? This is powerful. And you will see it already is. Don't worry. Why? Because when we worry, we're praying for the worst outcome. Because prayer is not a request. It's the vibration we hold. It's all about resonance. You know how you get the angels and God to come to your rescue? You don't beg. You don't roll around on the ground and cry. And you get in resonance. You align. You be love. And love is now in resonance to come to you. You speak truth. Speak only truth to yourself. I am protected. Boom, protection's on its way, and you feel that protection. When you're worrying, you're thinking the worst outcome with strong emotion, fear. And now you're calling those demons into you. And guess what's going to be? No, my friends. Hold the God mind. Hold truth. Make truth your model. I'm divine life and death cannot enter. I'm divine health and sickness and disease dies when it touches me. I am peaceful no matter what's going on around me. I create my atmosphere. I am love and fear and greed cannot come in to this atmosphere. I'm one with God, good. That's my true identity, my true nature. My friends, oh my God. Don't strive. You can't kick the door down on this. You can't force it. It says just align. Just align your energy. You're accepting the loving Father into you. And how do you do that? You be love. You be your true identity. Then you let the Christ be born inside of you. And what did Jesus say? No one comes to the Father but through me. What was Jesus' message? His word is truth. You are one with God good. You are love, peace, joy. You're not your past mistakes. You're not your failures. You are that divine spark. And now that you're living from that place, you're going to have a lot less failures. You're going to have a lot less mistakes, my friends. My God, my God. The law, there's a law, there's cosmic law. The law of life in Christ Jesus sets me free from the law of sin and death. My God, my God. Get in the right mind, the God mind. That's what it's all about. And then speak from the God mind. Oh, did you guys enjoy that? So I'm going to ask you, go to the comments, and again, I want you to say, Asha is, because that's what's truth, the perfect creator's perfect idea. And then again, let me know that you've done the first step, video 1, 2, and 3, and then I'll see you for the next video.